Any roads? What? Cancel update. Probably cancel. All right. You're right. You're on the spot right there. Okay, like I said, I'll collect those up here in a few minutes. You got the chapter 1 and 2 kind of review. I like to hit, it's kind of good for you to do that Friday to kind of, I don't know, review a little bit, refresh yourself on some of that. I hit that. Hold on. Let's hit pause. All right, hold on here. There we go. For the actual exam, let me do something here. It will be 130 points, 2 days. $130 points. Let me just check something here real quick. I'll have to kind of the breakdown. I think it's like 1, and I'm not positive whether it's 1 through 13. Or 1 through 14 are day 1. I can't remember whether it stops at 13 or 14. And of those, 1 through 8 are multiple choice. Okay, 1 through 8 are multiple choice. And so that leaves for day 2, it'll be 14 through 25. I think there's 25 total problems. Day 2. Okay, so it's either like, I don't know, 13 or 14 to 25. I can't remember exactly. I gotta look on it. And I want to double check in terms of, like, it does progress. The multiple choice are kind of for the whole semester. The rest kind of progress from, the beginning, chapter 1 through chapter 10. I'll take a little bit closer look and see if I can, I don't know, help you out a little bit, like which chapters are on day 1 and which chapters are on day 2. But for this one here, it'll progress definitely kind of from beginning to end. On the multiple choice, I'll just give you a little heads up. There is a letter E for each one that says none of the above. And there will be one that is none of the above. Okay, so hopefully you get the right one. For none of that's evil. Yeah, it is. But and that way, if you don't get one of the answers, at least you get an option for those. We'll go through a full review, and I'll do a couple things here each day just to kind of hit some things. And also, anything I do here is eligible to be on the exam, okay, as well. No formula sheets. Here's what you need to know. And I'm actually going to tell you, I'm actually going to take this off. You do not need to worry about the compound interest problems. I'm going to take those off. You need to know quadratic root formula. You need to know circles. And then also parabola and ellipses. I'm going to take off hyperbolas. We're not going to worry about those. Okay, so I think that's going to be enough for that. So you will not get a direct question about hyperbolas, but you will about parabolas and ellipses. And now remember, this could be y minus k squared equals 4a times x minus h as well for those. All right, before I do a couple things here, questions, explanations, anything you need from that chapter 1 and 2 review. Okay, from this one here, anything you would like me to go over a little bit more in detail? Obviously, you got the answers in front of you, but that doesn't mean it always makes sense. Okay. I'll take that as a no at this point. Okay, I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to do a few things here. Some of this we hit a little bit in there, so we're gonna hit again. Go ahead and get this stuff down, or I'm gonna go through with you, and then I'll give you the review sheet to get started on. We'll break that up into kind of 3 segments here. CCP grades. Okay, they are due for me January 4th. I have to turn them into start state. If anybody gets quarantined between now and exams, you will do the exam through a Google Meet where I can see your workspace, and it will be recorded, and you will do it during the time of the class unless there is some type of severe emergency. Okay, so whatever, like this is from 10:10 to 11. So on Thursday from 10:10 to 11, you'll be doing your version of it. And then Friday, 10:10 to 11. Okay, if anybody gets quarantined between now and Thursday, hope we don't, but just be prepared for that. All right, solve for x. 3 minus 2 over x equals 5 over y. Remember, you get x by itself, no complex fractions. I think the easiest way we can do is we can wipe out all the fractions at once. Jacob, what can I multiply by?
X, Y.
Yep, I can multiply by x and y. All right, if I multiply by x and y for the whole thing, Emily, what's that going to leave me?
3xy minus 2y equals 5x.
Good. Because the x's cancel here, the y's cancel here. All right, Mackenzie Ward, take a look at that. Tell me what you would do next to solve for the variable x.
I would put the x's on the same side,
Which side would that be?
the left, and then just move 2y over the other side.
Okay, you can move them to either side. We're going to go with what she told me. I'm going to subtract 5x. I'm going to add 2y at the same time. And I get 3xy minus 5x equals 2y. All right, now from this point, Nathan, Moore, what should we do if we're solving for x?
We should factor it out of the left side.
Okay, and tell me what to write.
It will be x and then parentheses 3y minus 5 and then equals 2y.
Okay, and now I'll finish it from here. Divide by 3y minus 5. So I get x equals 2y over 3y minus 5. All right, if somebody moved the x's to the right-hand side, what would the equivalent answer be? Josh Martin?
Negative 2y over 5 minus 3y.
It would be negative 2y over 5 minus 3y. Yep, everything would be negated. And that's equivalent. That's absolutely fine. They're both correct. Okay, so are they 2y over 3y minus 5 or negative 2y over 5 minus 3y? Both correct. All right, so that's solving for x. No complex fractions, single numerator, single denominator. Okay, good. All right, let's solve this inequality. Write your answer in interval notation. I'll pause here while you go ahead and copy that down. I better get attendance. I haven't even done that yet. So many people here. Wait, everybody's here. Oh my goodness. this for when you're done. All right, so just going through here, you gotta make sure you don't make any mistakes doing the inequalities, and then taking the compound inequality, making sure we write one final answer for our inequality, interval notation. All right, so 6 minus 2x minus 8 is less than or equal to negative 14. That gives me negative 2x minus 2. And let's see, add 2 to both sides. So if I add 2, I get negative 2x is less than or equal to negative 12. Divide by negative 2. All right, x is greater than or equal to 6. All right, is that correct? Make sure I didn't make any mistakes. Now for the other one, x minus 4 less than or equal to 3x minus 36. Subtract x. Negative 4 is less than or equal to 2x minus 36. I'll add 36 to both sides. Add 36. I get 32 is less than or equal to 2x. Divide by 2. 16 is less than or equal to x. I'm going to flip that around. X is greater than or equal to 16. All right, it's an and. Final interval notation should be what?
I have bracket 6, comma, infinity bracket.
Oh, really?
Bracket 16, comma, infinity.
Yeah, there we go. All right, good. 16 to infinity. Because it's an and, 6 greater than or equal to the right, 16 greater than or equal to the right. Anytime we got an and, we want where they overlap. So make sure you have to condense it, I guess, to the easiest way to write the interval. 16 to infinity. All right. Oh, we got another percent. I want to change it to 50%. I don't like this 40%. I'm going to change it. 50%. All right, how many gallons of 20% orange juice should be added to 12 gallons of 60% orange juice to make a drink that is 50% orange juice? All right, take a second, think about it. You had one similar to this on the 1-2 review. Okay, for when you're doing these percent problems, you kind of want, whether it's like gold, like a percent gold or percent alcohol, percent orange juice, the amount of pure, in this case, orange juice you have for each case that you're adding together. So you got the first, the 20%, the first mixture plus the second mixture equals a total. Now, typically, I know some of you do the chart, which is absolutely fine. So it's percent times amount plus percent times amount. It has to equal the final percent times the final amount. Okay, final percent times the final amount. All right, so the first one is 20%, but we don't know the amount, 0.2x. Plus, the next one is 60%, which is 0.6, and they tell us it's 12 gallons. Final percent is 50%. All right, what do I use for the final amount? Okay, Aaron, what do I use for that final amount?
You would use 12 plus x.
12 plus x or x plus 12, either one's equivalent. Okay, so you said 12 plus x. Because you gotta take your two amounts and add them together. Now, sometimes they give you the final amount, then there's gonna be a subtraction involved, but in this case, we're gonna add. So 0.2x plus, what's 0.6 times 12? Is that 7.2? 0.5 should be 6 plus 0.5x. Subtract 0.2x. Whoops. And that gives me 7.2 equals 6 plus 0.3x. Subtract 6. And I get 1.2, 0.3x, divide by 0.3. And x equals, it looks like 4. So 4 gallons of the 20%. Okay, you kind of dilute it a little bit to take it down to 50%. Get 4 of that. All right, let's see here. All right, last one we're going to do today. Find the inverse for f of x and find the domain and range of the function in the inverse. Okay, so f of x equals 5x over x minus 4. Find its inverse, and then we'll talk about the domain and range for both. All right, now I'm just going to replace the f of x with y. And then at this point, make sure that you flip. Everywhere there's an x, you make it a y, and everywhere there's a y, you make it an x. And so this becomes x equals 5y over y minus 4. Anybody take the ACT Saturday? How was the math part? All right, Aaron, did you take it?
Yeah.
How was the math part?
I thought it was pretty good.
Pretty good. Peyton, what'd you say?
There were ellipses on it.
Ellipses on it? Yes. All right, were there logs on there? Nope, yes? One log? Ellipses? How much trig was on there? Because we don't get to all of it. Just a couple questions. Did you know how to do them?
For the most part.
Yeah? All right. So it wasn't too awful. Did you get finished with this, all 60 questions? Yeah. I got one no. How far did you get?
I got like 50, and then it was like 5 minutes left.
Then you just guessed. All right, so 50. Every year is a little different. All right, so let's see here. Right, x equals 5y over y minus 4. Get rid of the y minus 4 by multiplying. Where'd you guys take it at, Glen Oak? How'd they space you out? Just different classrooms or different classrooms? All right, so I got x times y minus 4. Y minus 4 is canceled, equal 5y. And so I distribute the x. All right, remember we're solving for y. So you can either get the y's on the left or the y's on the right. It doesn't really matter. And if I move the y's to the right, I'm going to deal with a few more negatives, but I'm just going to do that anyway. So subtract xy. I get negative 4x equals 5y minus xy. Factor out your y. And now I'm going to divide by 5 minus x. 5 minus x. So I get y equals negative 4x over 5 minus x. So domain, I'll write that as f inverse. So now inverse. And so my domain of the function range domain of the inverse and range of the inverse. All right, domain, Tyler, what's domain of the original? Everything but what?
4.
Everything but 4, because we got x minus 4 in the denominator. So negative infinity to 4 union 4 to infinity. All right, domain of the inverse. Domain of the inverse. All right, let's take it. Joshua.
Everything but 5.
Everything but 5. So negative infinity to 5 union 5 to infinity. All right, do you remember how to get the ranges? Okay, how they're related. Okay, Peyton? Remember?
I think
You think?
the range of the regular is the domain of the inverse.
Okay, good. So the domain of the inverse is the range of the function, so it's negative infinity to 5, union 5 to infinity, and vice versa. That means negative infinity to 4, union 4 to infinity. Okay, for that one. All right, so there's all your domain and ranges. There's you got your original function, you got your inverse. All right. Okay, I'm going to collect. The exam review is going to be 30 formative points, but it's going to be due Thursday. It's going to be due Thursday morning. So depending upon your schedule. So I mean, I'm going to break it up into chunks, but like if you're doing other studying tonight and you can't get to it, that's fine. Just by Thursday,